Hello there, my spooky, scary skeletons. It's Chloe in real life, and welcome back to another episode of my Halloween Spooktacular. Today, I'm back on the Queen Mary. I know, I've been here quite a lot recently. And today, we are going to see Aiden Sinclair, Illusions of the Past, Legends of the Queen Mary. I am so excited. This is a brand new show that's going to be on the Queen Mary. Don't worry. It's not just here for the Halloween season. It is going to be here for some time, so if you can't make it to the Long Beach area for the Halloween season, I mean, you're going to be missing Dark Harbor, and that's pretty sad. But you can still see the show even after Halloween has ended. So I'm really excited. Let's go check it out. Alright guys, so I just finished watching Aidan Sinclair's Illusions of the Past, Legends of the Queen Mary, and it was fantastic. It made you think about so many different things that I wouldn't normally consider about the paranormal, and it really changed the way that I view ghosts. It's not like a magic show. There's definitely illusions, but it didn't feel like his illusions were tricks. It felt like it's something that could be real, and it makes you question things because you don't know what's real or what was an illusion, and I feel like that kind of magic is the best kind of magic. I went in thinking that this was going to be a magic show, you know, like card tricks and with some ghost stories sprinkled in, but that's not what I got at all. I left questioning what wasn't real. I thought, like, if someone sat me down and said that everything in the show was real tonight, I would believe it because of where we are and what I was seeing. It felt real in my heart, in my soul. It didn't feel like a magic show. It felt like I was watching reality. And even though I was sitting in an audience, it felt like a personal experience to me. I felt like I was immersed in the experience, and I felt like I wasn't watching with an audience. I felt like I was having my own experience, and the audience was full of people having their own experiences. Not only was it an incredible show that was very entertaining, but it really changed my mindset and my outlook on things, and I thought that that was just amazing. So we actually get to talk to Aidan Sinclair himself, so let's go see what he has to say about the show. Alright guys, so I am here today with the one, the only Mr. Aidan Sinclair, the star of the show.
Thank you.
It was fantastic. It was
Thank you for
amazing.
coming.
I loved it. So how did you get into all of this?
I wanted to do a style of magic that had kind of been forgotten, and I wanted to do something with the art of magic that was a little more meaningful than trying to fool somebody. I think a lot of magicians, we get caught up into that part of it, I fooled you. And I think magic can be more than that. I think it was once something that people experienced and they were mystified, and they would leave a show not knowing what was real and what wasn't real, and they experienced wonder, and that's what magic should be. And I wanted to do something that would touch people in a way that was a little more emotional, so theatrical seance became what I do. And I've loved it ever since.
So when people come to see the show, obviously you want them to see the show, but what do you want them to see when they come here?
I think I want people to have an experience that is more meaningful, that when someone comes into the showroom, they have an experience that is a little bit of history, a little bit of ghost story, and a little bit of illusion all wound up together. and that they get lost in all three, and that you leave the room not knowing what was real and what wasn't real, and that we create a memory that'll stay with you forever.
And I definitely left the room with a different opinion on the paranormal than
Good.
when I entered. So what do you want people to take away from this experience?
Well, since we're on the RMS Queen Mary and people come here looking for ghosts all the time, I like to encourage people to open their eyes and look for ghosts that aren't scary. And have them remember that this is also a place where people fall in love, that there are more happy memories in this ship than there are bad memories, and that maybe some of the things that are lingering around, maybe they're here because they want to be, maybe this is where they're happy. And if you look at that in that perspective, maybe it changes your perspective of how you think of some place that is haunted. I think it's interesting how many people come looking for ghosts and how rarely people come looking for people. Because truthfully, that's what you're really looking for is, where is that little girl? Where is that lady in white? Where's the gent from Sir Winston's? Where are the people? And I think it's easy to go boo and be scared. I think it's a little bit more important to just look for them and remember them. And if you can do that, then maybe you can actually meet them.
So how is this type of magic and what you do and what you show to people different from a traditional magic show that they could go to see?
This is different from a traditional magic show in the sense that most magicians perform tricks, that it's all about volume and surprise and how many magic things can you experience. This show is not about that. It's about story. And the effects that take place in the show take place not for their own purpose. They take place to punctuate the stories being told and to accent those stories in a way that make the stories come a little bit more to life, to give them that extra dimension. And that's a very different style of presentation. It's very story-driven. There will be people that come to the show and they're really expecting to see a woman sawn in half or something like that, but that's a felony, so you can't do that. You got to do something that's a little bit more. And the show is definitely not for everybody. You have to be someone that enjoys history, that enjoys stories, and that's willing to go down that rabbit hole a little bit. And I think if you're willing to suspend your belief when you come into the room, you're going to have an amazing night. So,
Wonderful.
And I hope you enjoyed.
I did. I had an amazing
Awesome.
time, and I definitely recommend you guys go see it. And then finally, where can we find you on social media or online?
You can find me on Instagram at Aiden in Exile, AIDENINEXILE. And we are here at the RMS Queen Mary indefinitely. We're running shows Thursday through Sunday night,
Awesome.
and we hope we'll see a lot of people here at the Revenant Room on the Queen Mary.
Hope to see you there. All right, guys, so I just finished talking to Aiden, and it was amazing. It felt very similar to his show, and it felt like a very personal experience. Obviously, it was the two of us talking, but even before the interview, it was kind of busy and kind of crowded, but he asked me my name and felt like he really got to know me and took time to kind of figure out who I was, and he took time to develop a connection, and that's how that show felt. It felt like he took time to develop a connection with the audience, and the way that he presented information was very calming, and it made you think about things. It wasn't how most magicians are, very big and loud and extravagant. It felt like real. It felt very real, to where I would believe everything he said. Like a lot of magic shows, when they're very big and you're like, oh, I'm watching tricks, I'm watching people perform magic. That's not how this felt. It felt real. It felt like someone was having a conversation with you, someone was telling you a story. And that's what I think really sets this show apart from other magic shows. And I feel like not only was it because it's here on the Queen Mary that has such a rich history, but it really made you think that the Queen Mary is more than just ghost stories. It's more than just the pool and the the engine room and the boiler room and all the rooms that you know that have stories behind it. It really makes you think about the people behind those stories. Instead of ghosts, it makes you think that the people who had regular lives and who had fun and enjoyed the Queen Mary. And honestly, that's what makes this show so special and interesting. So if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to leave a like, comment, don't forget to subscribe. Be sure to hit the notification bell so you're notified every time I upload a spooky video just like this one. I will see you all in my next video. Don't forget to come check out Aidan Sinclair's Illusions of the Past, Legends of the Queen Mary show from now until who knows. So be sure to come check it out. I will have the link in the description down below to the Queen Mary's website where you can get tickets. And I will hope to see you all next time. Don't forget to stay spooky. Bye.